Everybody. How are you doing today? It's so very nice to have you here. And today I wanted to speak very briefly about how attending to the nervous system and to its ability to be here is part of our devotion to presence. You know, of course, sitting with the nervous system is different than just resting in the stillness of our true nature. However, for many of us, attending to the nervous system is really the missing link between our desire for truth, which is what keeps moving us forward, which is what keeps moving us towards fully knowing our true nature. So the missing link between that and between our actual ability to be here. You know, there's so much misunderstanding and frustration that arises for many of us when we want to sit here, we want to be here, we want to give our attention to presence. And yet when the nervous system is in activation, when there's trauma past, when there's a lot of fight or flight or freeze or overwhelm or collapse going on, it's not always so easy. It's sometimes even not possible. You know, when I was reflecting this morning on that, before I went to see Papaji in India, I shared with you many times, I was doing this body-oriented therapy, and I realized at some point, you know, the therapy part is you know, without any judgment, it's just limited, right? There's a limit to that. It's not necessarily what I want. However, the body sensation centered part, the body sensation or oriented part, was what was really so helpful to me when I went to see Papaji in India, because I had an understanding and I had an experience of I can just simply let myself sit here. I can just let myself be here with whatever is present and allow that to settle so that I can rest more fully in our true nature. And so I will be speaking more about this in our upcoming 3-week program. It begins this Sunday, January 14th. I want to invite you all to participate. There are many themes I will be speaking about. And I want to invite you right now, in this moment, to just take a moment, sitting here with your eyes open. And just gently, kindly noticing the sensations that are present in your body. And just allowing the sensations to be here just the way they are. You know, there's nothing we have to do. There's nowhere we have to go. We don't have to change anything. Beautiful, beautiful. And just notice that as you are sitting here like this, something begins to shift. Something begins to change. And that change, that's the movement away from the past and into the present. Beautiful, beautiful. And you know, once we're going a little quickly because, you know, once you're doing on your own, you can take all the time you need. But once that nervous system settles, once it's not taking our attention away from being here, then we can just rest here. rest here in our true nature or as our true nature. We are here as our true nature. As our true nature that is always here. So join me this Sunday. Like, comment and subscribe on this video. And I'm very much looking forward to resting more here with you.